We filed a motion for entry with motion to issue summons sa Senado. Ito po ay tungkol sa pag-file ng House ng impeachment laban sa ating Vice President Sara Duterte.
Supposedly, sir, in theory, na maaprubahan nila SP Escudero itong i-final natin na motion at nasa The Hague, Netherlands nga po si VP Sara Duterte. Does that mean, sir, na as soon as possible na ma-receive niya yung receipt nung motion na final ninyo, ay obligado po siyang umuwi ng Pilipinas para mag-file sa Senate ng kanyang response po dun sa Articles of Impeachment, sir?
The Senate shall start the proceedings forthwith, simulan kaagad, without delay, right away. Gumulong kaagad ang impeachment.
Sobrang nakakagulat na balita. Grabe ang Kongreso pinakita na. Pinakita ng dapat i-impeach si Vice President VP Sara ni Senate President Francis Cheese Escudero. Ginulat inutusan na. Ayon sa nakalap nating impormasyon, papauwiin na si VP Sara ng mga prosecutor. Pinadalan na ng writ of summon ng mga congressman. Pinapatagal pa kasi ito daw ng Senado. Grabe ang Kongreso pinakita na. Pinakita ng dapat i-impeach si Vice President VP Sara ni Senate President Francis Cheese Escudero. Ginulat inutusan na. Tara panoorin natin.
We filed a motion for entry with motion to issue summons sa Senado. Ito po ay tungkol sa pag-file ng House ng impeachment noong February 5 laban sa ating Vice President Sara Duterte. At pinirmahan po namin ito noong March 14 na entry with motion to issue summons. Pero hindi namin kaagad i-final dahil ang tingin po namin ay break nila. Sinasabi nila baka hindi sila makapagtrabaho dahil break na yung Senado. Pero apparently, nagkaroon po sila ng hearing last Thursday nung committee ni Senadora Amy. Ibig sabihin, nagtatrabaho pa rin po ang Senado. Kaya ngayong araw ay i-final po natin itong entry with motion to issue summons. Anong ibig po sabihin nito? Una ay pinahayag po namin na nakahanda po ang House. Kahit po ngayon ay panahon din ng kampanya po namin, kami ni Congressman Rose Gutierrez ay nangangampanya, dahil inatasan po kami na maglitis, maging prosecutors, ay gagawin po namin ang aming tungkulin. At ayon po sa rules of impeachment ng Senado, pag mayroong na-file sa Senado na impeachment complaint, the Senate shall start the proceedings forthwith. Simulan kaagad. Anong ibig sabihin ng forthwith? Without delay. Right away. Without delay. Yun po ang ibig sabihin po ng forthwith. So, kahit ano po ang ginagawa natin, dahil napakahalaga po ito, ay kailangan gumulong kaagad ang impeachment. At dahil po dito ay nag-motion kami na isyuhan ng summons ang ating Vice President para sagutin na po niya at kung maaari, kung kaya nila, naipakita naman nila na kaya nila nung mag-hearing sila sa Senado, magtrabaho po kami. Dahil noong March 23, nag-release po ako ng press release kung anong kahalagahan ng impeachment. Una, napakalagahan ito dahil the first reason is to prevent more harm, further harm. Kung may ginagawa ang isang opisyal na nakakasama sa ating bayan, hindi lang ito sa kahit sinong impeachable officer, ay kailangan ma-prevent yung harm na kanyang ginagawa. Second is to uphold the rule of law. May konstitusyon tayo at ito po'y nasa loob ng ating konstitusyon. Provide po ito na pag sinabi ng congressman na 1/3 of all the members ay didiretso na sa Senado. 1/3 of all the members didiretso na sa Senado. Why? Kasi representative ng taong bayan yung mga representative sa Kongreso. Pag sinabing 215 na members of Congress, that is 2/3 of all the members of the House. So malaking obligasyon po yan. kailangan nananaig sa atin ang rule of law. Ang ating konstitusyon, ang pinakamataas na batas po sa atin. The third reason is to maintain public trust para palaging nagtitiwala ang taong bayan sa mga nanunungkulan dahil pag na-erode ang public trust, walang gobernong makakatayo. Ang pang-apat is to preserve institutional integrity. Kaya pag ganitong mga proseso, hindi po pwede na may delay, mga delaying tactics dahil napaka mataas po ito na gagawin natin dahil ito po'y ang nililitis sa impeachment ay ang pinakamatataos na official natin. Ang panglima is to set up precedent to deter future misconduct of high public officials. Para kung may hindi tamang ginagawa, ay sana hindi na mangyari. Kaya napaka-importante po ang prosesong ito at dahil sa entry with motion to issue summons ay pasasagutin na ang ating Vice President in a period of 10 days from receipt in accordance with the rules, impeachment rules of the Senate na hindi pa naman nila binabago hanggang ngayon. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, sirs. We'd like also to acknowledge the presence of House Deputy Majority Leader Paulo Ortega the Pip and House Assistant Majority Leader J. Hunap Zambales, who were present earlier. Sir, thank you for dropping by. Let's now call on Tina Panganiban Perez for today's first question.
Good afternoon po, sirs. Senate President Chis Escudero said that he will refer the pleading that you filed this morning to the Senate legal team so they can discuss this tomorrow. Why is there a need to do such, sir?
Alam niyo, lahat po kami ay sumusunod, lahat po tayo dapat sumunod sa Constitution. Kung sinasabi ng Constitution that the proceeding shall start forthwith, kailangan sumunod kami. Otherwise, pag hindi kami sumunod, kami na ang nagbabiolate ng ating Constitution. So, kahit anong ginagawa po namin, dahil napakahalaga ng prosesong ito, ay kailangan sumunod po kami sa ating pinaka-fundamental law. At yun po ang lahat ng oath of office namin ay based doon sa ating Constitution at gagampanan namin ng walang anumang pasubali o hangaring umiwas ang aming mga sinumpaang katungkulan.
In addition to what the minority leader has mentioned, the prosecution has collectively taken the stand that, given the Constitution says that the trial under the Senate will proceed immediately forthwith, we are of the opinion that legally sound naman po yung aming motion. However, we do understand that the good Senate President might have a differing opinion, and thus we would understand the reason for them to refer to their legal team. But we remain confident that our submission is in line with our legal theory po.
Sirs, is the Senate violating the Constitution for every day that it does not start trial? It's already violating the Constitution, sir?
May tinatawag na interparliamentary courtesy. Ayokong magsalita, pero ang gusto ko lang sabihin na ay nandun yung Constitution natin. Lahat naman tayo nakakaintindi po niyan.
Po. Sir, habang hindi pa po convened yung Senate Impeachment Court, pwede pong mag-file ng ganitong pleadings?
Alam niyo po, kahit break po ang kami, alam niyo mo, hindi na lang itong ganitong hearings ang nadaanan natin. Mula ng 11th Congress ay marami na akong nakita. Kahit nung panahon ng mga break, obligado because impeachment is separate from the regular hearings of the House. Kaya kahit break, pwede mag-constitute dahil napaka-importante po nito sa ating konstitusyon. Kahit nga hindi impeachment, nakikita po natin, nagtutuloy-tuloy yung hearings ng House, nagtutuloy-tuloy ng hearings ng Senado. Mas lalo na pag ganitong usapin na this is specified precisely by the Constitution on what is the importance of this process. Alam niyo yung taong bayan, mahirapan silang idulog sa mga korte natin pag pinakamatataas na official ang pinag-uusapan. That's the reason why we have this process.
Pero sir, earlier sinabi na po ni Senate President na magkaiba po yung regular hearings doon po sa impeachment. So, yung stand po ng prosecution panel, ganun pa rin na pinaka-importante itong impeachment at dapat forthwith simulan na.
Napakaklaro ko po ng ating Constitution that the impeachment process shall start forthwith. Anong ibig sabihin ng forthwith? Right away, without delay. Kami naman po sa 11-man prosecution team, we have to follow this. That we have to assume our duties and responsibilities para gampanan po namin. Medyo gusto rin namin mangampanya, mag-break, ganun din. Pero because of this provision of the Constitution, wala kaming magagawa eh. Pero kung ano ang interpretation nila, sabi ko nga, basahin natin siguro. At saka, pero inirespeto natin, may tinatawag tayong interparliamentary courtesy. Taong bayan na po ang decision dyan at may regular court naman, may Supreme Court naman po tayo. Sana ay madesisyonan po ito.
Sir, last na lang po from my end. You cited several provisions in the Constitution and the rules on the impeachment trial in your pleading. Do you think that's enough to convince the Senate legal team and the Senate President to change their timeline? Kasi ang naunang sabi, after SONA pa po.
Alam nyo, lahat ito nakikinig sa taong bayan. Lalo na pag nakita nila na ang mga prosecutors ay handang gampanan ng aming tungkulin at naghanda po kami. Sa iniutos sa amin ng buong Kamara, palagay ko makikinig sila dito.
In addition to that lang po, no, siguro, as we mentioned, as the good Senate President has mentioned, that the Senate is ready to prepare for the trial. They are willing to go through the motions and any preparation that might be necessary even prior po, no? So in relation to the timeline, the motion filed by the prosecution to the Honorable Libanan, yung entry with the motion of summons, this could be considered one of those preparatory steps po, no? So we're of the opinion that legally they can tackle this matter even within the timeline that they have originally mentioned. So yun po.
Thank you. Thank you, Tina Panganiban. Next, Rosalie Cas from UNTV.
Good afternoon po, Kongs. I-reiterate ko lang po yung question po ni Ms. Tina. Kahit hindi pa nagko-convene yung Senate as an impeachment court, pwede na ba nilang aksyonan yun pong inyong entry of appearance at motions to issue summons?
Ang pagkarinig ko kay Ma'am Tina kanina na magtatawag sila, magme-meeting sila at magde-decide sila. So, pwede kasi mayroon naman tayong tinatawag na special session. Pwede yun in the performance of their official duties. Pwede po yun.
So kahit hindi pa rin po nanunumpa yung po mga senators as impeachment judges?
Yung pagkakaisahan po nila, yun po ang pwedeng maging direksyon. So, alam nyo, napaka-veterano rin, lalo na ang ating Senate President, Chis Escudero, is a veteran lawmaker. Alam niya po ang prosesong ito. Pero pag-uusapan niya nila, ang tingin ko po ang Senate President, hindi naman siya magde-decision alone in this matter. Napakahalaga. Alam nila yung kahalagahan po nito. Kaya mag-uusap-usap sila bilang isang Senado.
Are you expecting them to act on this as soon as possible? Kasi po, dun po sa proposed schedule of calendar ng impeachment proceedings, yun pong June 4 ay nakalagay po na issuance of summons. So June 4 pa po. And that is 2 months away. Yung motion nyo po is to issue summons kay VP Duterte. So, what are you hoping after po nung itong formal pleading nyo po?
Ang nakikita ko po sa June 4, pag doon sila nagsimula, ay wala po sa kanilang rules of procedure. Dahil pag na-file, kaagad sa kanilang impeachment rules, ay mag-i-issue sila ng summons to the one who is being sought to be impeached in a period of 10 days from receipt of the articles of impeachment. So, June 4 is not 10 days, napakalayo po niyan. So, with this motion, hopefully, ay magagawa nila, mapapa-answer nila ang ating Vice President in a period of 10 days. Otherwise, they have to amend their rules on impeachment procedure sa Senado. I-amend nila sa Senado yung kanilang impeachment proceedings rules.
Opo, inisa-isa nyo nga po yung mga dahilan kung bakit kailangan pong umpisahan agad ang impeachment trial. At isa po doon yun pong sinasabi nyo pong possible risk of interference at saka po ng obstruction sa process. As of now po, na after almost 2 months na i-file nyo po yung verified impeachment complaint, may mga attempts na po ba to obstruct the impeachment process as well as to model the evidence and the witnesses?
Alam niyo po, napakatataas na official po ang sinasubject sa impeachment process. Kaya sinasabi ng ating Constitution, forthwith, right away, without delay, dahil kahit ang ordinaryong mga kaso ay pwedeng ma-operate, yung tinatawag natin, i-operate yung mga testigo, yung mawala yung mga ebidensya, pag mahabang panahon, lalo na pag matataas na official, given na po yan. That is why our laws provided for these provisions in our Constitution and in our rules.
Pero po kayo, personally, as designated House prosecutors, may mga ganun na po ba kayong attempt na nakikita as of now?
Ayoko po sanang mag-discuss, pero may kanya-kanya po kaming assignments and I would not like to telegraph our punches. Ayaw din namin malaman nila kung ano ang hinahanap namin, ayaw din namin yun. We have to do our duty being prosecutors.
Alright po, can you confirm na lang po yung statement na nag-conduct na po kayo ng mock trial, yun pong House Prosecution Panel last Tuesday, and how often are you planning to conduct such?
No comment.
So hindi confirmed yung mock trial?
No, I do not want to telegraph our punches.
Alright, thank you po.
Thank you, Rosalie. Big Simintak from Net25.
Sir, clarification lang doon sa tanong ni na Tina at saka ni Ross. Tungkol doon sa your motion for the issuance of summons, hindi ba premature? Kasi as of now, kahit na mag-meeting sila, the impeachment court ay hindi pa nagko-convene. So wala pa silang power to issue summons. Any comment, sir?
Yung aming ginawa is in accordance with their rules of procedure sa impeachment proceedings ng Senado, na pag mayroong i-file ay within 10 days bibigyan ng pagkakataon ang officer who is being sought to be impeached to answer in a period of 10 days. Parang ginigising lang namin, ito yung rules ninyo po. Kung may power sila o wala, nasa kanilang quorum, nasa kanilang decision po yan. Pero yan po ang ginawa nilang rules of procedure.
Okay, sir, applying the Senate rules na kinukot po ninyo, is it safe to say na the House Prosecution Panel is pressuring the Senate to convene as impeachment court?
And we are not pressuring. We are doing our job. Sabi ko nga kanina, gusto rin namin mangampanya. Pero kami naman ang magkakaroon ng culpable violation of the Constitution pag hindi namin ginawa ang aming tungkulin.
Thank you, Vic. Let's now turn to Earl Tobias from IBC 13.
Sa, eh. Oops. Okay lang. Good afternoon po, Kong Rog, Kong Libanan. Sir, focusing in naman po doon sa writ of summon, doon sa rule na merong non-extendable na 10 days itong impeach official para mag-respond formally doon sa articles of impeachment laban sa kanya. Supposedly, sir, in theory, na maaprubahan nila SP Escudero itong i-final natin na motion at nasa The Hague, Netherlands nga po si VP Sara Duterte. Does that mean, sir, na as soon as possible na ma-receive niya yung receipt nung motion na final ninyo, ay obligado po siyang umuwi ng Pilipinas para mag-file sa Senate ng kanyang response po dun sa articles of impeachment, sir? Thank you.
It doesn't necessarily follow. Although we have to review the rules, we are of the opinion that upon whether assuming first the summons would be properly delivered to the good Vice President po, no? Whether that would be through personal summons or through substitute, the Vice President, if she would still be abroad, can still file her answer and just approach the nearest consulate to have it apostilled. In the same way, if to make it more common po, no? Common knowledge yung pagsagot rin po ni ni Attorney Harry Roque, ginawa niya rin po yun abroad po, no? So in the same manner, it could be done po.
So sir, in layman's term lang sa mga nanonood nating kababayan, pwedeng kung sakasakaling ma-issue na to at maaprubahan, ay magpadala na lang ng formal na letter, sulat si Vice President Sara Duterte na permado niya po.
No, she would have to answer it po, no? It would be a formal filing with the court through the consulate. That's one opinion that we have. Although the ideal would still be that personally she would return to the Philippines to file her answer po, no, before the court.
Okay. And then, sir, follow-up na lang. You also said na itong mga rules na sinite natin, meron ding Senate rule under the procedures na applicable o may bisa pa din itong mga rules na to, not unless ay ma-amend na nga. Pa-explain lang po nun sa...
Although we understand po, no, that the good Senate President and the rest of the Senate is of the opinion that they would still have to convene and that they would have the preparatory steps of preparing a new set of rules, we are of the opinion po, as mentioned in the petition, that the rules of procedure on impeachment trials as required by the Constitution shall remain in force until amended or repealed. So yung sa amin po, if we are to follow our legal theory, that forthwith proceed, therefore there is no other action needed in the hearing, then without the preparatory step that the good Senate President has mentioned, na gagawa pa po sila ng bagong rules, the old rules would still apply. So that's why we would follow that one in the meantime po.
Thank you, Kong. Last na lang din po. Since we're talking about the Constitution, kung sakasakali lang din, regardless of the timeline, kailan man ma-approve in theory yung writ of summon natin, meron bang possible culpable violation si BP Sara Duterte sakasakaling baliwalain niya yung writ of summon in theory if ma-apply yon or ma-aprubahan?
Alam niyo po, yung mga senador natin, sila yung magiging judges po nito. Silang huhusga. So, alam niyo na, maprepredict niyo na kung ano ang magiging decision. Kung ang isang pinasasagot ay hindi sumasagot, hindi pabor po sa inaakusahan kung hindi siya mag-recognize sa authority ng ating mga institusyon.
Thank you, Earl. Sandro Chona from Billionario TV.
Hi, sirs. Good afternoon po. So, sir, basically, ito pong ginawa natin is a nudge to the Senate na simulan na nga po yung impeachment process.
Ang sinusunod po natin dito ang ating konstitusyon. Napakahirap pong mangalap ng 215 members of Congress to file an impeachment the articles of impeachment. Kaya sinasabi, pag inabot nyo yung 1/3 of all the members, it shall be endorsed to the Senate right away at ang impeachment shall start forthwith. Ito hindi lang 1/3, 215 members, umaabot pa nga kung idadagdag pa natin yung nag-signify after we endorse that to the Senate, ay umaabot ng 245 members of Congress. Hindi dapat baliwalain po ito. Kaya ang Constitution natin ay nagbibigay na ng mechanism na pabilisin kagad ito, upuan kagad dahil napakaseryosong bagay po ito.
Sir, nanggagaling po yung tanong ngayon kasi a few weeks back, si SP Escudero gave out a timeline na. Meron na siyang calendar kung kailan magsisimula. Ibig sabihin po ba nun, hindi tayo solved doon sa timeline na inilabas ni SP?
Ang premise kasi ay break sila, this is campaign period, pero ang nakikita po natin ay nakakapag-hearing din po naman ang Senado. So kung kaya nila ito, sundin na natin ang ating konstitusyon. Sabi ko nga, pati rin kami, nangangampanya kami.
Pero sir, with yung kung how the Senate reacted from February 5, are we still confident na we'll still get what we are asking for an impeachment process? Or
Alam nyo, ang napaka-importante po dito ay yung mga sinumpaan naming oath of office sa bawat opisina namin. May mga duties and responsibilities kami, kaya pag sinabi, kami ang prosecutors, at sinabing forthwith, sinusundan po namin yung aming obligasyon. Ngayon, ang tanong, sila, alam nila kung na may konstitusyon tayo, pero sila rin ang magmamando dyan kung ano ang desisyon nila. Kaya nga, impeachment court ang tawag sa kanila. Dahil sila rin ang magde-decide at saka Senado po yan. Sinabi ko na sa ganang amin ay ginagawa namin ang aming nakikitang dapat nagagawin.
sir, last question na lang po. If in case gumalaw na ang Senate, will it be affected na nasa The Hague pa rin si VP Sara?
Malaking bagay po yan. Kasi hindi siya magkakaroon ng pagkakataon na masagot yung mga binabato po sa kanya. Malaking bagay na nandito siya para masagot niya po ang isa-isang paratang na 7 articles of impeachment na 7 charges na nasa articles of impeachment.
Thank you, Sandro. Melalis Moras on PTV4.
Hi, good afternoon po, Kong Libanan, Kong Rog. Just to reiterate and for soundbite purposes lang po about dito nga sa ating motion, just to reiterate, ano po yung mga gusto nating ipaliwanag ni VP Sara Duterte kahit summary lang po.
In summary lang po naman, not necessarily asking her for the piece-by-piece articles, but the motion is just to have her answer po, to file her answer. That's the reason why we filed this motion for the issuance of summons po. It's not necessarily to have answer in particular po, no? So, in general, it's to answer the articles of impeachment.
Okay. And kanina, Kong Libanan, nababanggit nyo po na kayo rin gusto nyo pong mangampanya kasi starting March 28, start na yung campaign period for local candidates. And alam naman natin sa 11-man prosecution panel, karamihan nga po doon ay magsisimula ng by March 28 na talagang full force yung pangangampanya. Sa inyo po, sa prosecution panel po, paano po makakaapekto sa inyo yung pagsisimula ng campaign period?
Sa amin po ni Kong Rods, parehas kami party list representatives. Kaya nagsimula kami February 11. Dapat umiikot kami ngayon. Pero dahil po sa inatasan kaming maging prosecutors, pinag-aaralan na naman namin yung law namin, nare-review namin yung rules, constitution, charges, lahat-lahat. Dahil isa po ito sa aming tungkulin, hindi lang mangampanya. Hindi naman ibig sabihin, yung kampanya po natin para sa 20th Congress na yan. Sa Senado, hindi naman sila nag-break. Pero hanggang ngayon po ay members pa rin kami ng 19th Congress at kasama po ito sa aming tungkulin.
Opo. And so, sa ngalan po ng buong House Prosecution Panel, bali ano po yung assurance natin despite nga nitong campaign period? Kayo po ba tuloy-tuloy lang kahit simulan agad itong trial?
Alam nyo naman, nakita nyo naman yung work ethics ng House of Representatives. Trabaho kami ng trabaho. At hindi ito magiging sagabal sa aming pangangampanya dahil sabi ko nga sa aming oath of office, sinasabi at ng mga iba pang pagkaraan nito gagampanan namin sa ilalim ng Republika ng Pilipinas. Yan po ang aming oath of office. So kung ano ang iata sa amin, lalo na ng plenaryo, binigay sa aming obligasyon nito ng plenaryo, ay gagampanan po namin. Kaya mangangampanya kami, pero at the same time, magtatrabaho kami kasi dagdag na obligasyon po ito sa amin.
Thank you, Mela. Milky Regonan from DZRH.
Good afternoon, Congressman Libanan and Gutierrez. Sir, pakilinaw nga ulit. With the current events now and the Vice President is in the Netherlands, and based on your writ of summons, she's given 10 days to answer. Ang requirement po ba dito, kailangan niyang pumunta ng personal? Pwede bang via online? Ano po ang paliwanag? Ano pong, kumbaga ay intindi po natin para malaman po ng publiko?
Pag pinakinggan po ito ng Senado, i-require ang ating Vice Presidente na sumagot sa Articles of Impeachment. Ibig sabihin, isi-serve yung summons po sa kanya. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Ipinaalam po sa kanya na mayroong ganito, formally. Kasi bagamat alam na niya lahat ito, nasa ating news, nasa ating social media. So, ipinaalam na sa kanya yung charges na kung maaari sagutin niya yung charges sa kanya in a period of non-extendable period of 10 days. So, pwede yan i-submit sa kanyang opisina o sa kanyang residence, doon i-deliver. Ngayon, pag natanggap niya yan, siyempre tatawagan siya. Ang choice niya, sinasabi ni Congressman Gutierrez kanina, ay pwede niyang sagutin. Pwede siyang umuwi dito at sagutin niya in writing kung anong sagot niya sa bawat allegation, or pwede siyang magpunta sa ating konsulado sa Netherlands, doon siya mag-execute ng kanyang answer at hostile. Ibig sabihin, sa jurisdiction ng ating republika dahil nandoon naman yung ating embassy.
Yes. Si Kong Gutierrez, sir, may obligasyon ba ang Senado, no? Dahil natanggap na nila yung writ of summons. May obligasyon ba sila na agad na ibigay ito sa lalong madaling panahon to para makatugon doon sa sinasabi natin na 10 araw na period na makasagot si VP Sara?
Again po, like we mentioned, we have varying interpretations of the proper procedure. Again, we filed this motion because collectively the prosecutors are of the opinion that the trial shall forthwith proceed, and thus we can file this motion for them that and to answer the question frankly, they should issue it po, no? But we understand and we respect the opinion of the Senate President as the presiding officer of the impeachment court, although not yet convened, if they are of the opinion that they cannot answer the motion, they cannot rule on this motion yet, and they would have to wait till they convene according to their theory, which they have to go through a hearing, then that would be, it's really up to them po, no? But we're just, as mentioned, we just filed this because we are of the opinion that no hearing is required and that this could be in line po with the rules of procedure that they currently have.
Salamat po.
Thank you, Milky. Rosalie Cos from UNTV.
Sorry po, pinapatanong lang po ng office, mag-other topics lang po ako. Since bahagi din naman po kayo ng House leadership, I guess aware po kayo sa allegations po ni Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong. Doon po sa sinasabi niya po na nakakatanggap po yung mga congressmen ng mga bawat kongresista ay tumatanggap ng 7 million para sa AIX, AKAP, MAIP at TUPAD po pag sumasama sa sortie ni Speaker. May we get your statements on this po? And ang sabi niya rin po, yun daw pong General Appropriations Act 2025 ay election fund. Both of you po, Kongs.
Sa experience ko po ay wala akong ganyan na nakikita at wala po akong ganyan na na-experience. Yung sinasabing 2025 na yung GAA ay election funds, lahat ng disbursements hindi po nakikialam ang mga politiko sa mga distribution ng social services. Bawal po ang mga politiko magpunta roon. Yun po ay strictly na ini-implement po ngayon. Ang ating pondo ay para sa pag-ayos ng ating bansa. At ang nakikita ko po dito ay gawin lang natin ang ating mga tungkulin. Kung may reklamo man, kung may nakikita, nandyan naman ang ating mga husgado at pwede naman magpunta sa House to clarify sa mga charges na binabato.
I'm not sure if I'm in a position to answer po. No, I'm not part of the leadership. I'm a regular member of this house, but just to answer anecdotally, I don't think I've had the experience that would answer that question, the affirmative. I am of the belief and of the opinion that the budget mentioned, sorry, can we repeat po yung programs that were mentioned? You have AKAP,
TUPAD, MAIP.
AKAP, TUPAD, MAIP. These are
AIX.
all national budget of the national agencies. So I think respectfully, they belong to the DSWD, the DOH, and the DOLE. So I'm not sure where it would come from po na it is allocated po. So in our experience, what the congressman would do is that they would try to serve as a bridge between their constituents and the national government. They would assist them in procuring them, but it would not be allocated in such a manner. And to the second question naman po, I think there are proper safeguards, supposedly, as some of those were mentioned by Congressman Libanan, in which those who are vying for office would be prohibited to participate in such payouts, as they would be colloquially called. But in addition to that, there are also COMELEC resolutions that would prohibit, even beyond just the payouts, the other funding of the government project, precisely to prevent its use in partisan politics. So I think that would be my answer to that question po.
In addition to that, I am the leader of the minority, and I have not received any report of the minority, any member of the minority telling me na mayroong ganong mga 7 AIC, 7 AKAP. Wala po akong narinig na ganyan.
May pahabol ko na lang din po, ang sinabi rin po ni Mayor Magalong, nakakatanggap daw po siya ng death threats simula nung ihayag niya daw po, o yung simula nung sabihin niya yung mga allegations ng corruptions against congressmen.
Alam niyo po, pag government official ka, kasama na po yan eh. Hindi po ordinary maging public servant. Pero ewan ko kung mayroong ganyan, pwede niya i-report yan sa DICT. Madaling matuntun yan kung sinong nag-threat na yan. Lalo na katulad sa kanya na dating militar, alam niya, madaling matuntun kung sinong nagte-text dahil yung ating procedure ngayon, lahat ng ating numbers sa telepono ay registered na yung ating mga pangalan. Kaya pwedeng matuntun yan kung sino ang taong yan.
Thank you, Rosalie. Marian Enriquez from TV5.
Good afternoon po. Kong Libanan, you mentioned earlier po na pagka-file ng House po doon sa Senate nung verified impeachment complaint, nakalagay po, sinabi niyo po, in a period of 10 days dapat mag-issue sila ng summons. Pero sabi po doon sa rules po ng Senate, upon the presentation of articles of impeachment and the organization of the Senate, doon pa lang po mag-i-issue ng writ of summons po doon sa person impeached. So, kindly clarify lang po doon. Kasi as per the calendar of Senate President Chis Escudero, June 2 pa po yung presentation po ng kanilang articles of impeachment.
Kasi sa ating Constitution po ay sinasabi, the Senate acting as impeachment court shall forthwith proceed. Forthwith. Right away, without delay. Pag natanggap nila yan, siguro kinabukasan kasi forthwith eh. Mag-meeting na sila kagad at mag-issue na sila ng summons. Ibig sabihin, mag-constitute na sila as impeachment court at i-require na mag-issue sila ng summons sa kung sino man na sasakdal dyan. Ngayon ito yung contentious dito dahil ano bang ibig sabihin ng forthwith? Sa amin, sa House of Representatives, ang forthwith, simulan na natin kaagad. Yan po ang Tagalog. Sa pagkaintindi po namin. But we can have other interpretations.
Kung kayo po yung duly authorized to sign all pleadings po in behalf of all the public prosecutors of the House of Representatives, kayo na rin po ba yung parang bale tata yung lead prosecutor?
Sabi, kami, hindi maganda itong additional assignments namin dahil sabi ko nga, kampanya po ito ngayon. Pero yung sinabi ko kanina, kung anong iutos sa amin ng plenaryo as constitutional duty at ako ang paperman ng mga pleadings, gagampanan ko po yun. Dahil di hamak, ako naman sa lahat ng prosecutors, ako naman ang pinaka-veterano dyan dahil 11th Congress pa lang ako, nandito na ako sa Kongreso at naging chairman tayo ng Committee on Justice. Ang ating tulong po dito ay magkaroon lang tayo ng maayos na proceedings at ibigay natin ang ating mga dinaanan, experience na maging mas lalong gumanda ang ating bansa, mas lalong tumibay ang ating bansa.
Tina Panganiban Perez from GMA7.
Sir, sorry po, clarification. Yung sagot po ni VP Sara, part po ba yun ng preparations leading to the trial or dapat sasagot siya kapag convened na po yung impeachment court?
Yung usually pag ang mangyayari, dapat sanang nangyari, the Senate has immediately convened after it received the articles of impeachment. At saka yung impeachment court, yun ang magre-require for her to answer. So, ang sasagutin niya, ang impeachment court, na sinasabihin, ito yung articles of impeachment, natanggap ng impeachment court, nag-convene na kami, at sagutin mo na ito. Yun po ang nakikita ko po na dapat gawin.
Opo, sir. Pero hindi pa po nagko-convene kasi yung Senate impeachment court. With the current situation, sorry po, layman, walang legal background. So, anong gagawin po ni VP Sara? Pwede po ba niyang i-ignore yung summons or yung summons lalabas lang kapag nag-convene na sila?
Ang summons ay issue po ng impeachment court. So, ibig sabihin, mag-compose kaagad sila, mag-meeting sila kaagad, mag-organize sila, convert the Senate into an impeachment court, and that impeachment court will require her to answer.
So, sir, the 10 days will start when the impeachment court convenes. That's day 1?
No, when
Or
she,
when it
when
issues
she
the summons.
receives the summons,
Okay.
doon mag-start yung 10-day period.
Okay, sir. Thank you po.
Ngayon, ikaw, bilang Pilipino, ano ang masasabi mo at reaksyon sa balitang ito? Mag-iwan ka ng komento sa ibaba at atin pong babasahin isa-isa.